Welcome to this presentation of Seegers ecoFARMACY, an interactive website that displays the measures that may be applied by pharmacies to make their establishments more sustainable and ecological. Today, we'll take a trip through the different areas in a pharmacy and look at some examples of the measures that may be adopted in each of them. We approach the ecoFARMACY. Before we enter, we're going to take a look at the elements in the store window and the entrance. Store windows and their signs are usually well lit, and here it's best to use LED technology for lighting. Given the number of hours that they're switched on, it's important to install high-performance and long-lasting lighting equipment. Another measure that may be adopted in this area to maintain the internal temperature of the pharmacy and to improve energy efficiency is to install automatic doors that only remain open just as long as is needed. Now follow me. We're going to enter the dispensing area, which is where the pharmacist attends to customers. This area has many elements that could be more sustainable. Let's take a look at some of them. An extremely important issue is the correct environmental management of the medicines dispensed by pharmacies. One of a pharmacy's priorities is to take care of the environment and thereby everyone's health. For this reason, an ecoFARMACY should have a secret point where people can deposit waste medicines and their packaging. Additionally, the furnishings and elements in an ecoFARMACY are made of recycled materials in order to prevent the unnecessary consumption of raw materials. To avoid the continuous use of paper, electronic labels may also be used. It's also important that the installed electrical appliances be energy efficient and with functionalities that contribute to energy conservation. We'll now head to the pharmacy office, a space where many measures for sustainability can be applied. For example, placing the furniture correctly means you can take better advantage of natural light and ventilation. This lets us create a comfortable and a more energy-efficient area. This area should also have different containers for the correct separation of generated wastes, such as those derived from test kits, which should never be deposited in the secret point. Next, we enter the area where drugs are compounded. That is to say, medicines are prepared by the pharmacist on an individual basis for patients. Several elements may be placed in this area to reduce water consumption and to avoid consuming hot water. For example, installing some special materials would enable dry cleaning or reduce the amount of water required. Additionally, this area will have a waste storage section for pharmacists, as they generate hazardous and non-hazardous waste when preparing medicines for patients, which must be handed over to an authorized handler for correct environmental disposal. Now we'll enter the medicine storage section of the pharmacy. This is where the pharmacy staff fulfill orders. Whenever possible, it's best to make a list in advance and create a single order with all that's required. This reduces the number of trips required in the pharmacy distribution. The use of recycled packaging and boxes in storage will also help us to reduce the unnecessary consumption of raw materials. Equally, a good management of the storage area lets us monitor the stock of medicines, thus avoiding their expiry and optimizing the space required to store these products. In the case of medicines that must be refrigerated, a sustainable measure is to use natural gas fridges, which are more energy efficient and less noisy. Before we end our visit, we'll take a look at the staff rest area. If the area has a small dining section where pharmacists can eat or have a coffee, reusable utensils may be used instead of disposable ones. Besides, if we'd like to keep some products to eat during break times in this area, they should be local and seasonal products as far as possible. We've come to the end of our visit. Did you like it? These are just a few examples of the sustainable measures that may be applied in pharmacies. Remember that there is much more information on our website. We're waiting for you.